Alright, take out your agenda, your packet, your moon journal, please. Take it out, backpacks, back of chairs. I see Adriana has her tip sheet out, thank you. Ivan has his agenda out, thank you. Eduardo has his moon journal out, thank you. Alright, for today's do now, you need to write your homework in your agenda. Your homework for tonight is to complete your moon journal. Then I need for you to describe what you see in each picture up here. I need you to describe what you see in each picture up here. You guys have 15 seconds to get writing. 15 seconds on the clock. 13 seconds on the clock. Just hold on to it. I see Daisy is writing. I am going to flip off the light so you can see this a little bit better. Okay? You guys have earned 1 point towards 12th grade. You're on page 23. Can you guys roll the card out here for me, please? Thank you. Keep writing. Keep writing. Yes, go ahead. Anybody's tip sheet on this? Alright, I'm going to flip on the light. Get your eyes ready. Good morning, 7B champs. How are you guys today? Excellent. Good. Isn't it a great day to be alive today?
Yes.
Yes, it is. All right. Please show your partner that you have written your homework in your agenda. Show them that you have written it in. What is tonight's homework, Jennifer? To complete your moon journals. Speaking of moon journals, please get your moon journal out. Get it in front of you. I want to talk about the fantastic moon that happened in the sky last night. Who can tell me what phase of the moon that it was last night on December 5th? Ivan, what was the moon? It was, in fact, a last quarter. Excellent job. If that's not what you saw, because the moon came out super, super late, then go ahead and fix your moon journal. Now, I have a question for you. Looking at this picture, is this a waxing moon, or is this a waning moon? Waxing moon or waning moon? Okay, you need to tell your group how you know. Ready, go.
It's waning because it's on right.
All right, show me your position. All right, so we're going to remember, light on the right, light on the left. Ready, wax on. Wax on, light on the right. Wane off, light on the left. Where is the light here, Ever?
The light is on the left.
The light is on the left. So is this a waning or a waxing moon, Daisy? This is a waning moon. Excellent job. And this is called a last quarter. But who can tell me what else is it also called? What else is a last quarter also called? Yes, sir.
Third quarter?
It is called a third quarter. Can you please write in your moon journal in parentheses that it is also called a third quarter moon, so that when you study, you will know that that is the same name. Thank you, champs. All right. Go ahead when I say go. You have 5 seconds to put your moon journal away. 5, go, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Eyes back up here. All right. Who can tell me what they saw in these pictures, or what they see? What do you guys see? Marcus, picture number 1.
In the first one, I see a picture of an eclipse.
Okay, you see a picture of an eclipse. Wow, look at that knowledge. What do you guys see in picture number 1? What's going on there? What kinds of things can you see? Ivan.
The moon is covering the sun.
The moon's covering the sun. Wow, look at this knowledge. Where did you learn this? You just know? Last year? All right. Yes.
Thing is it there that there's barely any light coming out
Okay, good. There's barely any light, but there is some light. Where is the light?
around there.
On the outside. Very good. Okay, let's talk about picture number 2. What do you guys see in picture number 2? What does it look like? Louise.
It looks like an eclipse, like the moon covering the sun.
Okay, looks like the moon covering the sun. Excellent job. Today's lesson will be easy, man. You guys already know. All right, what about picture number 3? What do you guys see? I stand. We'll go to Marcus. What do you see?
Number 3, it looks like the moon is, it looks like a moon, but it looks like it's in a waxing gibbous.
Okay, kind of looks like it's in a waxing gibbous. Good. Are you sure that that's the moon? Because it kind of looks like Mars.
No,
Is it the moon?
I
You can't tell? Okay, yeah, what do you think?
It's the moon.
It's the moon? You think it is? Okay, so these are called eclipses. What are these called?
Eclipses.
Wake it up. What are these called?
Eclipses.
Thank you. These are called eclipses. By the end of today, you guys will be able to tell me what kinds of eclipses that these are and why they look this way from the Earth. When I say go, tell your group what you're going to be able to do by the end of today. Go.
What we're going to be doing by the end of today, we're going to how these eclipses
Beautiful. Thank you. Okay. So there are, this is our agenda. We did our moon journal. We're going to talk first about solar eclipses. We're going to talk second about lunar eclipses. Then we'll do a little bit of practice. Then we'll be out of here because it's our short day. Pencils up. First, we're going to start talking about solar eclipse. Repeat after me. Solar eclipse.
Solar eclipse.
Very good. Solar eclipse. Can you flip it out, please? So we can all see better. All right. A solar eclipse happens, or an eclipse happens, when the Earth, Sun, and Moon line up. When they line up, where have you guys heard me say line up? I say it every day. When have you heard me say line up? Daisy? I tell you to line up against the lockers, okay? Eclipses happen when these objects in space line up, just like the 7B champs do, okay? When do eclipses happen?
when you line.
When they line up. Excellent job. Okay, continuing on. Did you guys write that down? Line up?
Yeah.
Write that down. When the sun, moon, and earth line up. Okay, an eclipse occurs when one object in space casts a shadow onto another object. A shadow. Raise your hand if you know what a shadow is. A shadow. Okay, good. So right now, I'm about to cast a shadow, okay, onto my board. And what is this penguin looking at? The penguin says, "Quit following looking at, Maria?
Shadow.
He's looking at his shadow, right? So what causes a shadow? Yes?
When like you reflect on something and it makes a right behind the object.
Okay, good. It's when light reflects onto something and it creates this darkness behind it. Excellent job. Okay, continuing on. Now I want to talk about solar eclipse. In a solar eclipse, write this down, the moon passes between the earth and the sun. The moon passes between the earth and the sun, just like in this picture. This week we've been learning about the phases of the moon. We've learned that the moon goes around the earth and that it passes through in between the sun and the earth. And I actually have a little animation here for you. Check this out. Hopefully this will pop up quickly. Okay, so right here, notice how the moon is moving. Moon is moving, moon is moving. Boom. It is now blocking the sun. This is called a solar eclipse. What is this called? Solar eclipse. That's because the moon is blocking our view of the sun, and the moon's shadow falls onto the earth. Okay, I'll play it one more time. As I play it, partner A, you need to explain to your partner what's happening here. Okay? I want you to start by saying the moon is revolving around the earth, and then tell them what you see. Ready, set, go.
The moon is
Okay, very good. All right, so what just happened here? It's finishing up. What was blocked? Yeah. The sun was blocked by the moon. That's because the moon is going in between the earth and the sun. This is called a solar eclipse. What is this called? Solar eclipse. Yes, Mr. Frias?
If the moon blocks the sun, will it become dark?
If the moon, repeat your question one more time.
If the moon blocks the sun and it's eclipse, will it become dark?
If the moon blocks the sun, won't it become dark? Well, look at what happens. When the moon blocks the sun, it is dark. See? Good. And it's actually dark when it's on this side, because what phase is this? So I know I'm asking you to remember what you learned yesterday, but what phase is this when it's dark on our side? Yeah. And it's a new moon, so it's already dark over here anyways. Yeah? Okay. Continuing on. All right. So, continue on, pencils up. The moon's shadow falls on the earth, just like we just said. From the earth, it looks as if the sun has been blocked out. The sun has been blocked out. And everybody give me some special goggles. Give me some special goggles. Okay, if you were outside and a solar eclipse was to happen, you would actually need to have special goggles. That's because the sun's light that's coming out right here is too dangerous for your eyes. It can actually really hurt your eyes, so you have to wear something special. So if you ever hear that a solar eclipse is happening, you have to have something special on your eyes. Okay, read this with me, please. Solar eclipses. Read this with me, please. Solar eclipses occur during the day. Very good. It occurs during the day. Can it occur at night?
No.
No, it only occurs during the day. Read this with me, please. Solar eclipses only last a few minutes. Do they last hours?
No.
Do they last days?
No.
Do they last a few minutes?
Yes.
Yes, they do. Okay, read this one with me, please. Solar eclipses occur pretty often, a few times per year. Excellent job. They occur a few times per year. Do they only happen once in your entire life?
No.
No, they happen a few times per year. Okay, so I actually have a video of one that happened just this past year that I want you guys to see of a solar eclipse happening on Earth. Okay, so right now you can see that this ring is actually the moon. Do you guys see how the sun is starting to get smaller here? Notice how it's going to continue to get smaller, smaller, smaller. That's because the moon is eclipsing, it's blocking the sun. tell your partner and tell me what's blocking the sun. Go.
It's a solar eclipse and the moon blocks the sun.
Excellent. All right. So there are two kinds of eclipses that you guys need to know. There is a total solar eclipse and a partial solar eclipse. During a total solar eclipse, the sun is completely blocked. What is the soccer player doing? They're blocking, okay? It's completely blocked. They did not make the goal. It's completely blocked. That's what happens at a total solar eclipse. So go ahead for me and draw me a picture of what this looks like. The sun being completely blocked. Flip, flip. Thank you. This is the sun being completely eclipsed, completely blocked by the moon. Good. This is called a total solar eclipse. What is this called? Total solar eclipse. Good. This, draw that in the right picture block. This is a partial solar eclipse. In this picture, the moon is only partially blocking the sun. Only part of the sun is blocked by the moon. So looking at this picture, this would be the moon and this would be the sun. What's the difference between a total solar eclipse and a partial solar eclipse? What's the difference between a total solar eclipse and a partial solar eclipse? Look at what you just drew. Partner B, tell partner A the difference between a total solar eclipse and a partial solar eclipse is. Ready? Go.
That the total solar eclipse
Cover the sun and partial.
What's the difference between a partial and a total? Look at your picture. Which one is completely blocked? Total or partial? Total. Excellent job. Okay, so why is it that sometimes it's partial and sometimes it's total? We're going to get there in 1 second. Go ahead and draw me this diagram of a solar eclipse. 20 seconds. Ten seconds. Three-second extension. Okay. So there are actually two different shadows happening right here. Show me, how many different shadows are happening right here? Two. Okay. What's the difference between these shadows? What's the difference? Looking at it, Samantha.
One smaller.
One is smaller. Good. What else? What else? Yeah, Louise.
One is bigger.
One is bigger. Okay, good. This small dark shadow is called an umbra. What is it called? Umbra. Okay, good. This big, fat shadow that is on the outside is called the penumbra. What is it called?
Penumbra.
Okay, good. So I'm going to point. I want you to say umbra or penumbra. I'm going to give you two one more time.
Umbra.
Penumbra. Ready? Penumbra. Umbra. Penumbra. Penumbra. Umbra. Okay, good. So in these different shadows, that decides whether you're going to see a full solar eclipse or only a partial solar eclipse. So right here in the umbra, you're going to see a total solar eclipse. That's because you are totally in the shadow of the moon here. On the outside, at the penumbra, if you're standing on the outside, you're going to see that partial solar eclipse that you saw. Okay, so what are you going to see at the umbra? A total solar eclipse or a partial solar eclipse? What do you think? Yeah, Ivan. A total solar eclipse. That's in this small dark shadow right here. And on the outside, what are you going to be able to see, Daisy? Not a total solar eclipse, so what is that called? Partial. You're only going to see part of it. Okay, good. Pick up your pencil and write down what a penumbra is. This will help you remember. A penumbra is the moon's outer shadow where you can see partial solar eclipses from Earth. It's the moon's outer shadow where you can see partial solar eclipses from Earth. So if you are standing in this penumbra, this outer blue shadow, you can see a partial solar eclipse, part of a solar eclipse. Yeah.
So, what if you're not in both of the umbra and penumbra?
Good question. If you are not in the umbra or in the penumbra, like let's say that you were standing over here, you would not be able to see the eclipse at all. You wouldn't be able to see it, even though it's happening. It's just happening at a different place on Earth. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So if you were standing, let's say right here, would you be able to see it? No. If you were standing over here, would you be able to see it? No. But if you were standing right here, would you be able to see it?
Yes.
You would see a total solar eclipse. If you were right here, would you be able to see it?
No.
You would see a partial solar eclipse.
What if you're like in the tip of it?
If you're in like the very edge of it, like right here,
Yeah.
you would still be able to see a partial solar eclipse. It's just going to be smaller. Yeah.
If there's a partial solar eclipse, do you still have to wear special glasses?
Yes, you do. Good question. If it's a partial solar eclipse, you still need to wear special glasses. Good question. Okay, now let's write down what our umbra is. Umbra is the moon's dark inner shadow where total solar eclipses can be seen from Earth. Excellent job. Okay, so now I want to add these to our diagram. Yes, Mr. Frias, do you have a question?
By special glasses, what do you mean?
Special glasses that protects your eyes from the sun's light. Yep. Yes.
Can it be like sunglasses or?
It has to be like better than sunglasses. Yeah, better than sunglasses. I'll look it up for you tomorrow. Okay? All right, can you flip on the light for me, please? So now I'm going to add our umbra and our penumbra to the diagram. Can I borrow yours? Okay, so you should have drawn this picture right here. Now, go ahead and shade in this shadow so that it's a little bit darker. And then label this as the umbra. And then this shadow right here, you want to label this as the penumbra. Good. So now what I want you to do is I want you to draw an X on your Earth where you would be able to see a total solar eclipse. Go ahead and do that with your partner. Draw an X on your Earth where you would be able to see a total solar eclipse. Is your X on the Earth? Your X needs to be on the Earth. Good. Okay. So you should have drawn your X right here on Earth. Boom. This is where you can see a total solar eclipse, right in the umbra. Okay, now I would like for you to shade in where you would be able to see on Earth, a partial solar eclipse. Go ahead and do that with your partner. Yes?
Would it be on the other side of the earth, like when it's the other side,
You will not.
turn to see the sun, would the eclipse still be there?
You would not be able to see the eclipse if you're on the other side of the Earth.
No, but if the sun goes on the other side.
Well, the sun doesn't move. You mean if the Earth is on the other side?
Yeah.
Well, then it would be at like a different time of day, because remember that the Earth rotates, right? It's a little complicated, I know. Okay, so you should have shaded in this section right here. This is where you would be able to see a partial solar eclipse. Okay, show your partner where you can see a partial solar eclipse. Go. You can see a partial solar eclipse here. Show them in your picture. Okay, good. Put a dot on your pencil where you would be able to see a total solar eclipse. Very good. Excellent job. All right, fantastic. Can you flip off the light for me? Thank you, thank you. All right, hand to your heart, please. I want you guys to be able to see this diagram really well. Hand to your heart. Okay. I want to know, at which position on Earth will the total solar eclipse be visible? At which position on Earth will the total solar eclipse be visible? Show me. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, the answer is number 2. The answer is number 2, where the total solar eclipse will be visible. Very good, excellent job. Okay, now I want you to tell your group, decide with your group, at which positions will a partial solar eclipse be visible? At which positions will a partial solar eclipse be visible? Decide the numbers with your group. You have 10 seconds. Go.
4, 3, 2, 1. Put on 3, you see
4, 1.
and you see that.
Which ones? 4, 1. Okay, good. All right, I'm going to say the number. I want you to give me a thumbs up if you would be able to see a partial solar eclipse there. Number 1. Number 5. Number 4. Number 3. Excellent job. Okay, one more question for you. Hand to your heart. Which of these diagrams shows a solar eclipse? Is it 1? Is it 2? Is it 3? Or is it 4? Is it 1? Is it 2? Is it 3? Or is it 4? Show me. It is, say it, 2. It is 2. Excellent job. Okay, so we just learned about solar eclipses. There's one more type. Does anybody remember the other type? What was it called? Samantha. A lunar eclipse. Repeat after me. Lunar eclipse.
Lunar eclipse.
Pencils up. A lunar eclipse, a moon eclipse, is when the moon passes through the Earth's shadow. It's when the moon passes through the Earth's shadow, like in this picture. So now the moon is on the other side of the Earth, and it's passing through the Earth's shadow. So we'll look at this, and we'll be able to see it for a lunar eclipse this time. Okay, so now I'm going to switch it over to lunar. Move our moon here. Okay, so right here, the moon is revolving around the Earth. When it passes into the Earth's shadow, it's going to be what kind of an eclipse? Lunar eclipse. So watch what happens over here. This is the view from the Earth. Yes, okay, good. So the moon is getting eclipsed. Its light is being blocked by the sun, by the Earth. It's going into the Earth's shadow. Yes?
Isn't that what causes new moon?
Isn't that what causes a new moon?
Yeah.
Good question. Actually, no. When we're looking at this picture right here, this moon is actually experiencing a full moon, but most of the time, the orbit is on an angle, so it's normally being lit up by the sun. On the special occasion, sometimes it can fall into the shadow, and that's when it will be an eclipse. Okay? All right, pencils up. This is what's cool. From the Earth, it looks as if the moon gets darker and sometimes turns red. And we're talking like hot Cheeto fingers red, okay? The moon turns pretty red during a lunar eclipse. What color does the moon turn during a lunar eclipse? Red. Okay, read this with me, please. Lunar eclipses only occur at night. Good, continue on. Lunar eclipses can last a few hours. And last one. Lunar eclipses don't happen very often. Wow, so when you see one, it's very special. Okay, when you see one, it's very special. All right, so do lunar eclipses happen all the time? Do they happen all the time?
No.
Okay, it's special when you see one. You're excited. You're smiling like them. Yes?
Do you need special glasses for those?
No, you do not. Good question. Okay, go ahead now and please draw your total lunar eclipse. Draw your total lunar eclipse. You guys are earning a point. Okay, now draw your partial lunar eclipse. This is when part of the moon is in the Earth's shadow.
Will it still get red?
Pardon me?
Will it still get red?
Well, it's kind of yellow. A little bit. 5 seconds. Okay. And I actually also have a little video of a lunar eclipse. Watch this. Red like hot Cheetos. And then see how it's going back to a full moon. Yes. It's off of Mulan. Good try. Good guess, though. Good guess. All right. So, go ahead now and please draw your diagram of a lunar eclipse. It's on the next page. Diagram of lunar eclipse. Okay, now I want to add in our umbra and our pen umbra. Can I borrow yours again, sweetie? Please flip on the light for me, please. Thank you, sir. Okay, so, come on, little guy. Okay, so right here, this is actually the, okay, so the moon would be right here. This would actually be, please add this to your diagram. This portion where the moon is called the umbra, and that's again where we would be able to see a total lunar eclipse. This portion out here is called the penumbra. And that means that sometimes the moon in its orbit around the Earth actually can end up being in the penumbra, and that's when we would have a partial lunar eclipse, just like the solar one. Okay, good. All right, so go ahead and put your pencil on your umbra where a total lunar eclipse happens. Go ahead and put your pencil on the penumbra. Very good. Excellent job. So if my moon was here, would I see a total lunar eclipse or would I see a partial lunar eclipse? My moon was here. Samantha.
A partial.
You would see a partial lunar eclipse. Excellent job. Okay. Can you flip off the light for me? One last question. Okay. Hand to your heart, please. Okay, which of the following shows a total lunar eclipse? A total lunar eclipse. Total lunar eclipse. Total lunar eclipse. This is number 4. Number 4. Excellent job. Which of the following shows a partial lunar eclipse? A partial lunar eclipse. That is going to be number 2. Number 2. Excellent job. Okay, can you flip on the light for me, Louise? All right. So the next thing we are going to do is I would like for you guys to start on numbers 1 through 5 with your partner. I'm going to hand out some cards while you do that, okay? Numbers 1 through 5, go. One happens during a new moon, one happens during a full moon. Okay. Number 1. Happens during a new moon. Happens during a new moon. Samantha.
Solar eclipse?
It is a solar eclipse. Very good. Solar. Number 2. Happens more often. Happens more often. Jose.
Solar eclipse?
Solar eclipse. The moon is between the sun and the earth. The moon is between the sun and the earth. Jennifer.
Solar eclipse?
Pardon me?
Solar eclipse?
Solar eclipse. Very good. Number 4. The moon is inside the earth's shadow. Yes, Marcus.
Lunar eclipse?
Lunar eclipse. Very good. And number 5. The earth is in the moon's shadow. Yes.
Solar?
Solar eclipse. So I've passed out some cards to you. At your table, you will see that you are in groups of 3. There is earth, there is moon, and there is sun. When I say go, you need to find a place to stand on the outside of the room with your card. If you are an extra person, I need for you to come to the middle to me. Okay, ready? Set. Go. If you are an extra person, come to me. Go find a group of 3. All right, when you get to your group of 3, point to your people. All right, raise your hand if you're a sun. You guys, middle people. Suns. Sun, go over here. Earth, go over here. Moon, go over here. And you are earth and sun, and you're going to be moon as well. Okay, when I say go, you need to line up, these two, from left to right, from your left to right, to show me a solar eclipse. Left to right, your left to right for a solar eclipse. Ready? Go. Solar eclipse. Talk to your group. Figure it out. What order do you need to be in for a solar eclipse? Yes, good. Hide your cards. Don't let anybody cheat. Solar eclipse. I need to be able to see your card. It's tilted towards you. I can't read it. Good. Hide your cards. Solar eclipse. Solar eclipse. Good. Good. Hide your cards when I say good. Solar eclipse. Good. Solar eclipse. Good. Solar eclipse. Oh, you have 2 earths? That's not going to work. You need a sun, my friend. Ah! Oh, here you go. Sun. Thank you. All right. Go ahead and make me a lunar eclipse, but before you do, you need to shuffle your cards. Ready? Shuffle. Shuffle. Trade, trade, trade. Trade, trade, trade. Trade, trade, trade. Trade, trade, trade. All right. Make me a lunar eclipse. Lunar eclipse. Go. Show me your cards, left to right. Lunar eclipse. Okay, now you need to be able to tell me when I come around this time how you know that you are right. How you know that the moon, that this is a lunar eclipse? How do you know? Good. Good. How do you know? Good. How do you know? Good. Because moon's in the Earth's shadow. How do you know? Oh, we're doing a dance over here. There you go. There you go. You guys all got it. You may pack up.